Hello and welcome to another episode. Well, today we're checking out a drone by Holystone. This is the HS700E. It is a 4K drone. GPS, of course, it shoots up to 30 frames per second. It also shoots in 1080p up to 60 frames per second. Now, this one does not have physical stabilization, but it does have electronic image stabilization, or EIS. So I'm really interested to see how stable the footage comes out with EIS. Now, this one does have brushless motors. It also has identification lights at each motor pod. It even has an identification light here in the front. So that's very useful for identifying the drone in the sky and also for maintaining orientation. So keeping abreast of where the drone is facing. Now, the kit that Holystone sent to me came with 2 batteries, and Holystone says that you'll get 23 minutes out of each battery. And we will, of course, test that out to see what that is in real life conditions. All right, we'll take a closer look at exactly what comes in the box, everything you get. We'll take a close-up look at the drone later on in the video. Right now, we're gonna get this thing in the air. Let's go, y'all.
The Uber pulling up on call. Tell me, is you trying to fall through? I'ma leave it up to you. What you wanna do? Look, I'm trying to spend this time with you. Know we overdue. What you doing right now? Baby, won't you swing my way? It's been a day and I've been thinking out loud. I know I want you. Long time since the last time. Got a tab, we can run up.
Okay, we are going to step through everything together, but I'm gonna go ahead and put timestamps on the video so you can navigate however you want. You can skip things and jump around. You know, it's up to you. So, but let's go ahead and get this thing powered on. Press and hold. And the drone is starting up. I'm gonna go ahead and power on the controller now. Now, the name of the app, it's the Ophelia Fly app, Holystone Ophelia Fly app. So let's get on in there. Okay, there we go. We're gonna click sign in and skip. I'm not registering. And let's click on enter device. There we go. Okay, so there is the feed, you guys. So you can see right now in the upper left-hand corner, it is currently in sports mode. To switch the modes, you're going to use this right trigger right here. So long pressing this right button is going to change the speed. So now we're in tripod mode. I'm going to leave it there. The left button here is to take pictures. And I believe if you hold the button down, that will start the recorder. Video recording. You can see that we have a readout, some telemetry data here on the actual controller as well as in the app. So it's showing that we have 15 satellites. You can also see that we get distance and height on both the app on the phone and on the actual controller. So that is pretty cool. Okay, now for most drones, GPS drones, you need to calibrate the compass first, and we're going to do that. So here in the settings, you can see that you can select the units that you want. We're here in America. We're going to follow the British system, so feet. There is a beginner mode, but we're not beginners, so we're going to leave that off. Maximum distance, we're going to crank that all the way up. Maximum height, we're cranking that all the way up. Looks like 394 feet is the maximum height. The FAA allows us to fly up to 400 feet, so we're good there. Return to home altitude, the highest you can go at 164 feet. I'm going to leave it there just to make sure we can clear any obstacles, trees, and whatnot. All right, that's the security tab. Let's click on this sensor status. Okay, so with most GPS drones, you have to calibrate the compass. We're going to go ahead and do that now. So you can see we're going to initiate that process by clicking that button, and it's telling us exactly what to do. So I'm just going to place the controller down and watch the readout, but we have to rotate the drone horizontally 3 times. So we're rotating. And we're going to wait until the screen gives us an indication that we need to change the axis. Oh, and we do. So we're going to place the head up, and we're going to rotate. So we're doing both the horizontal and vertical axes. All right, calibrating the compass right now. Okay, and you can see on the app readout, we are calibrated. All right, let's check out some other things here. Don't want to take too much more time because we want that full battery, but you can see here, you can make adjustments to the camera. I'm going to leave everything as is here. You can see you can change the white balance, and actually I am actually going to change that white balance to daylight just so it does not change. That's a pretty great feature. Let's click on this button. Okay, this is where you can change your video resolution. I'm going to leave that in 4K. Let's see, cache frames. I'm not sure exactly what that's getting at, but I'll put up on the screen. I'll look that up and get up on put up on the screen what that is telling us. Now it says EIS can be affected if changing resolution during the flight. Please do it when the drone stays on the level surface. Okay, good. All right, and that's showing how much space we have on our SD card. Okay, I think we are just about ready to launch. We have 16 satellites. You want at least 7. You want at least 7 satellites before you launch, because you want the drone, when you click return to home, you want it to return to you and not somewhere else. Okay, let's go ahead and do an auto takeoff and get this thing up in the air. Oh, first you have to unlock the motors. Okay, see this button right here with the lock? We're going to click that, and you can see the motors fire up, and we're just going to click the auto takeoff button, and the Holy Stone HS700E is in the air. I have not touched the sticks yet. You can see that the drone ascends, looks like 3 feet. That looks like more than 3 feet to me, but the app says that's 3 feet. I'm gonna move it over a little bit. Okay, now where I am, you can see there's a metal fence here, but I think we did okay with the compass calibration. All right, pretty stable drone. It is 36 degrees here in West Michigan, and it is a beautiful day here, winter day, to fly despite the temperature. Nice sunny day with clear blue skies. Not sure I see one cloud in the sky there. Let me just do a little rotation here so you can see the drone. And when I launch my drones, and you can see how slowly it is rotating in that tripod mode, when I launch my drones, I like to let them hover for a minute or so, just to make sure everything is okay before I take it up in the air. And you can see this. Now I am going to put the flight time in the upper left-hand corner. There is a flight clock there. And I am also going to be recording the screen here. So I think what I want to do is go ahead and start the video. So I am going to, well, I just took a photo. Click that button to switch it to video. This button right here. And I'm going to start the video. So we've got video going here. And looks like the drone is fairly stable. There is very little wind here today. So that looks like that is stable to me. All right, we are in tripod mode. I'm going to go ahead and push forward. And you can see how very slowly that drone is flying. Now, this is the mode you want to fly in if you want to get stable footage out of this drone. I'm going to take it up and give it some altitude here. Okay. Okay. I have not flown in a little while, so I always get tickled when I'm able to get out here and put a drone in the air. That footage looks pretty stable. Now I am seeing tilt on the horizon there. Let's stop it. Okay. That horizon is tilted to me. Let's bring it back. All right, one thing I do want to test here is it looks like the stabilization, the electronic image stabilization is working really well. Despite the horizon tilt, unless that's just the way, let's pan here and see. That's pretty stable in that tripod mode. Very slow, deliberate movements. Allows that footage to remain stable. All right, but here's what I want to do. I'm going to bring it down, bring it back here. And we're going to just do some maneuver tests just to check that stabilization. Okay, so you're going to watch what I'm doing with the sticks. Moving right, left, right, left, right. And I'd say that's darn stable, almost like this thing has a physical gimbal on it. All right, let's try forward and back. Pitching forward and rolling back. Okay, I'm seeing a little bit of jitter there, but for what this thing is, I'd say that's darn good. So this one goes for $250 out there on Amazon, and as of the time of this video, there is a $15 off coupon. All right, so if you're familiar with Holy Stone, they are one of the drone manufacturers that really target that budget consumer. So their drones are always budget friendly, typically. Okay, so that's tripod mode. Let's see, can I take a picture while we're filming video? Yes, you can. So it's essentially taking a screen grab. And I apologize if I stumble on my words. My hands are freezing and it is cold. Like I said, it's about 36 degrees and I'm in the shade. I'm gonna move over to the sun. I think that will help. So I apologize in advance if I kind of stumble over my words here. Okay. Let's switch this over to the sports mode. Actually, let's bring it back because this button, as I was showing you before, should turn on the landing lights. Yes, it does. Okay, so it has to actually be in the air. So if you just single press this button right here, the right button, that will turn these landing lights on and off. So that's really good for if you're flying at night, or even if you're up in the air and you're trying to locate the drone. I don't know how far up those lights would be visible, but let's go ahead and long press it. We're gonna switch it over to sports mode. All right, and we're gonna test how that stabilization works there. The other thing we wanna test here right quick is the camera. You can actually tilt the camera down using this dial. So let's try that. Tilting down, that's pretty smooth. Usually on these budget drones, when they have the ability to tilt the camera, it's usually pretty ratchety. But you can see that is really, really smooth, really smooth. Okay, I'm gonna stop the video. Okay, I'm gonna take another photo. All right, I'm gonna start that video once more. And we're in sports mode right now, so I am going to give it some pitch. And let's see what that footage looks like. Uh-oh, looks like my screen froze. That sucker's moving. Okay, my screen has frozen. All right, let's see if we can get that feedback. Click home, enter device. Let's see what happens here. Now I still have control of the drone. I'm gonna go ahead and bring it on back. Not sure what happened there, but I did lose a feed. Now, I will say this, during abnormal temperatures, I've found that the Apple iPhone does some strange things. So it will drain the battery quickly. Sorry, my head cam stopped. So this could totally be attributed to the code. Let's see if we can get it reconnected. I'm gonna go ahead and land it here and see if we can get reconnected. And then we'll do some more testing. Like I said, it's in sports mode right now. We wanna see what the stabilization does when the drone is in sports mode. Okay, I got the feedback, so let's go ahead and get back in the air. We're gonna start the video, if we can. Now we have started the video. Let's go ahead and unlock the motors and do an auto takeoff once again. Okay, so it looks like we still have 3 bars on the battery from the actual battery readout. And looks like we have 3 bars on the LED readout. 17 satellites here. All right. And let's go ahead and take it up some, and we are going to pitch forward. Okay, so you can see what happened when I pitched forward. Sucker is moving. Okay, letting off the sticks, and you can see what's happening on the screen. Okay, so once again, if you're looking to get stable footage, you want to keep the drone in tripod mode. Sports mode is more for performance. If you want to do some high speed or sports flying, don't want to call it high speed. Okay, we're going to switch this back to tripod. Okay, I think that's what we did. Let's pull it back. Yeah, we're in tripod mode. But it's still showing that we're in sports mode here in the app. Not sure why it's doing that, but that's what it's showing. But it's definitely in tripod mode. Okay, now this one actually has some automated features as well. It has a map. Okay, so you can see there. Not sure why the display is looking that way, but there's the map. Ah, there we are. I'll go back to the live feed. And as you can see here, it has follow me and point of interest. Okay, so let's do point of interest. Let's do point of interest, okay? Let's see if we can figure that one out. Okay, let's do point of interest. We'll use the vehicle here as a subject. Uh-oh. So there's point of interest. In orbit flight, the drone will rotate clockwise continuously as per presetting. In default, the orbit point is 33 feet away. Okay, so 33 feet away. Now we do have some obstacles here. There's a tree there and a tree here. So I should probably give this thing some altitude. All right, and I'm going to tilt the camera down. There we are. And we'll say that's about 33 feet. I don't know. But let's go ahead and put it in point of interest mode. And let's see, am I supposed to move the sticks or is it? All right, let's try that again. Point of interest. Click again to exit orbit flight. Or swipe right to orbit flight. Okay. Let's see what it does. It's just standing still there. Okay, so I'm jumping in here from the future just to make a quick parenthetical insertion. I believe I mentioned this at some point during the flight test, but I really do think that the cold temperature affects the performance of the iPhone I was using. I did another orbit test on a little warmer day, and I did not have all of the connection issues. So take that for whatever it's worth, and let's get back to the video. Okay, I believe we are connected now. We're going to test this. I'm going to change the speed to sports mode. Okay, I'm going to change it back to tripod. Okay, we are connected. I'm going to start the video camera. All right, unlock the motors and launch. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and try this again. All right, I'm going to give it some altitude so we don't run into these trees here. I'm going to tilt this down and we'll call this about 33 feet. Let's click on point of interest mode, swipe right, and the drone should start to circle. It does not look like it wants to do that. It says screw you. Okay. All right, so we can't get that to work. Let's go ahead and try follow me. And once again, we don't want to run into any obstacles, so I'm going to be cognizant of that. But there I am. Let's see if we can get it to follow me. Oh no, the battery is low. Maybe that's why it didn't want to go into orbit. All right, well, we will have to pop in the other battery to test that. I didn't get a chance to test return to home, so let's see if I can fly it out so that we can test the return to home feature. Go ahead and give it some altitude. And it is definitely colder than I thought it would be. My hands are freezing. I do have some drone flying gloves with the tips that you can remove the tips, you know. Didn't bring them. So my fingers are on fire. All right, it says the battery only supports the drone flying in 98 feet altitude and 328 feet range. Okay, so there's some geofencing that it will do to make sure you don't fly too high or too far away. And I think I have just hit up against that. And you can see what's happening. It's coming back. And I'm gonna bring it down some if I can. Now that's all auto. That's all automatic return to home is what it's doing right now. Okay, I'm gonna bring it down in altitude some here because I had it at 98 feet. I'm gonna fly it out and we're gonna test the return to home on the drone here. And that horizon is definitely tilted. Okay. I didn't see any way to calibrate the camera or anything like that, but like I showed you before, this is only a one-axis gimbal. All right, so we are out about 200 feet here. I'm going to go ahead and press the return to home button. You probably have to hold it down. Nope. Just press the button and it is returning to home. Either that or the geofence kicked in again, which I kind of think that's, nope, that is return to home. It is returning to home. Usually you'll hear a beeping sound or something like that. But let's go ahead and watch it land. And the other thing to consider in terms of flight time is the temperature. So in colder temperatures, that will affect flight time. So not sure what we're getting here, but I'm going to have that up in the upper left hand corner. But there it is, landing on its own. And there you go. Now, we still have a low battery, but I'm going to see if we can go ahead and fly more, because I want to see what happens when it reaches critical battery. So I'm going to unlock the motors again, which we can do. And let's take off. And let's go ahead and take it up. Pretty stable to all be electronic. Okay, so that's the highest we can go. Looks like it let us go up to 102. It came down. Let's bring it down some. All right. And I'm just going to push forward. Just fly it forward. See what happens when it reaches critical battery. Ah, there we go. So critical battery, this is a good fail-safe. When the drone reaches critical battery level, it returns to home all on its own. And looks like it is landing. That is a great feature. That is a great feature. So that's a feature that you find on the more advanced or more expensive drones. It's really great that that it's on something that is sub $200 or sub $300. And like I said, this one is $250, I think $250, $251 out there on Amazon with a $15 off coupon, which would take it down to, what's that, $235, right? Okay. Very nice, stable drone, you guys. The footage looks pretty decent on screen. Okay, I'm still getting connection issues, so it's not letting me stop that video. I wonder if I can stop it on the controller. I think that stopped it. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, you guys. But yeah, with the first battery that I've taken through here, I'm pretty impressed with this drone. At this price point, you know, there's a couple of things here that are quirky, but in terms of how the drone flies, the fail-safes that it has in terms of return to home and the geofencing, all those things are great. Not sure what's going on with my connection. So that I can't explain. But let me go ahead and get my hands warm a little bit. I'm going to pop the other battery in, and we're going to see if we can get this follow me mode to work. All right. Thanks for sticking with me, you guys. Okay, I'm actually going to wrap up the video here since we're approaching 30 minutes, but let's do a quick recap. Overall, this is a solid budget drone. Decent video and photos, decent flight time. The drone is stable in the air and the footage is stabilized as well. It does have a challenge with keeping the horizon level, and I couldn't get the orbit mode to work for me. I'm actually going to do a part 2 to this video where I try to do the orbit and follow me modes again. So check that out if you're interested. Bottom line takeaways, I think this is good bang for your buck at $200, but just know electronic image stabilization alone won't eliminate horizon leveling issues. All right, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, turn on those notifications. Buy me a coffee, link is in the description box below, and as always, be good to somebody, be good to yourself. Later.